Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Alwyn House Monsters Menagerie virtual tour. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate your support because that's what keeps us here. Let's look at the art. Okay, the art exhibit consists of about 25 different artists, and it was juried by Joe Ray, Lucretia Torva, and Nadia Vanilla. The Critics' Choice Award winners were Sean French, who won it for this wonderful piece right here. That is an aluminum cast assemblage. I really love it. It's kind of bizarre. And it is titled, And Then 2020. Another award winner was Holly Shoemaker for this piece titled Visceral. Very fun piece. The jurors really liked the kind of eerie quality that had. So let's go on to the next piece. And the third piece. The title of the piece is Monsters Can Be Real by William Weidman. Pardon me, William, if I mispronounce your name. Please accept my apologies. And so he's got the COVID-19 blazing in his chest. Had a lot of discussion about this piece because it was topical as it is current. So thank you, William. We really enjoyed that. We're in Arizona, so how could we have monsters discussion without Winnie Ruth Judd? Do you know the history of Winnie Ruth Judd? If you don't, look it up. It's fun. The Trunk Murderess. And you can see the blood coming out of her trunk. It's quite the tale. We also have this wonderful computer-generated piece here by Jay Simpson, a first-time artist exhibiting. And I love the way he's very emotional, has shattered the piece up. Very nice. And some wonderful collage pieces and a beautiful little beetle all stippled out, some very fine detailed work. And I believe that's Audrey McGrew. This is this piece. And the little bloodsucker is from Jackson Clone. Speaking of COVID relevant, The End by Heather Ishams. I'm sorry, Heather, I probably mispronounced your last name, and she's a neighbor too. I feel even worse. She just lives like 3 blocks away. She's a wonderful girl. I love this piece. It's so fun with the little skeleton behind and you know who with the hairdo. We have these wonderful little paintings over here. The State of the Union by Gillian Payne. Again, another artist that has exhibited here many years. And a piece here by William Weidman again. And we have Vampirus by Will Porter. More on him later. But it's a wonderful little piece with the skull and the blood and the gore. We also have Radium Girl. Isn't she sweet? Very like 1930s-esque and so innocent, but so dangerous. She might be toxic. This is by Marilyn Szabo, who many of you may know as a photographer, but this lithograph is rare indeed. It's a rare find. It's a wonderful little abstract piece titled Kachina of Atonement. We also have Frankenfurter. Yep, that's Frankie. He's history, and it's still an icon today. So, moving on. Mr. Bubble. This is by artist Leslie Barton, who you'll get to see a little bit later tonight. She's one of the 3 gory, hoary comedians. We have these 3 lovely little pieces, delicate things, and wood slabs painted. We have Una Candy Corn, we have Una Count Dracula, and Una Coffin. Oh my God, look at this emu egg. It's so beautiful. And you're gonna get a closer picture than anyone else. Done by artist Carol Shaw. And this is Cthulhu from Lovecraft for all you Lovecraft friends. We do have all mediums here. Isn't that wonderful? And delicate. So I will crown it back over. And we have Tempe Town Lake. The crash of the rail. The bats go flying out. Okay, thank you, Betsy Spatrino, for presenting that to us. Okay, we have these wonderful little gargoyle characters that are actually made out of recycled auto parts and pieces. So this is a pawn from Jason Wilson. This little monster is hanging this person from this side, and you can just imagine what he's gonna do with it. God only knows. And we have another social statement with a little mask falling off. And this little ditty is also done by Sean French. So you can have this little awesome little, Renaissance-y type mask. Moving on. Don't you just love this cute little clown? Oh my God. He's my kind of clown. Titled 9 to 5 by Jackson Clone. We have this wonderful painting by Hannah Irene Walsh. Last year, she was one of the Critics' Choice winners. And now we've got Sated from Henry Hermet, who's actually a Tucson artist, comes up to show his work. Got very good craftsmanship. I love the gore and the realism in his paintings. We have another piece of his right over here. And this is Morticia, standing here in those lovely skull, and got the thing walking around. But he went to the detail of putting spiders into the frames. I love details, and it shows some craftsmanship and some effort. And then here we have, what's his face? Is that Donald Trump? Oh my freaking God. The Mask of the Red Death 2020. There it is. Make America Hate Again. Well, we're succeeding at that, aren't we? Tom Stevenson's art here is always so fabulously photoreal. It's kind of hard to believe. It really looks like it's computer generated and warped out and photoshopped. And this is actually hand painted. It's airbrush, but it's very detailed and it's really fabulous at the details. What can I say? This artist has shown here for over 30 years, and I've always been in awe at his skill. This is a fun little piece. It reminds me so much of the Heavy Metal magazine. For those of you that are old enough to remember it, sorry to say I am that antique, but it's true. But I love it. This artist actually is currently incarcerated, and the social worker brought this artwork to me, wanting to get his art out there and inspire him to something that he can do and show him that this is viable. And yes, this is really good. Moving on, we have these wonderful box collages in the Name of Basketball by Elisa Casanova. And you can see the basketball back there. We're talking about the sports and the infections that it had. And here we have In the Name of the Game. Very intricate, nice little, well thought out assemblage boxes. We have more Tom Stevenson here with Ultra Swank. He's really good at that faux and photoreal quality. We've got Frankenstein here, and he's got an all wrinkled up old nasty face. He's really cute. And then again, we have these characters by Will Porter, The Monsters Jam. I think his craftsmanship is very good. We've got this wonderful piece. Again, this is Jay Simpson. His work, this is titled Misconception. And we have another piece over here that is titled Melancholy. And I really think the piece does evoke a melancholy. It shows this man sitting here in a very emotional state. I love the way he has faceted things up and broken them up. Another first-time artist to exhibit in the gallery. We have these wonderful little black pieces here, Ex Marina, and Ostium Lux by Tony Ajman. I'm probably not going to be pronouncing his name right, so my apologies. I've probably done that more than once already, so it's not because of the alcohol yet, but it's getting there. Also featuring here on the central niche is Mike Ryder, who again has exhibited for at least 3 decades at Alwyn House. This is his more surreal side, with this little lovely fly, only the fly's head is a brain crawling across someone's eye. It definitely grates your nerves just to look at it, and he's rendered it so almost photorealistically. I love it. Then there's the more cartoony-esque brain down here that he did, titled Feeder, with this brain like it's got teeth and a tongue, and it's really, really disgusting, but I love it. He's truly sick. And he did even worse by having the audacity to present portraits of the gallery operators as monsters in this exhibit. I'm still quite upset about that, but we will not talk about that anymore. And here in the hallway, we have Sean Hoskins photography, Belladonna triptych, wonderful little piece. And here we have Marilyn Szabo's photograph, or one of them. And I love the way this actually kind of reflects off of the history of Ansel Adams, the way he could make a photograph and focus on just the flat graphicness of the photograph. As you see here in the skeleton, she's not depicting the depth, but it's more of a graphic flatness with the antlers still coming out in the skull. I love it. And here we have a Sean Hoskins photograph. It's really nice, little eerie baby face. Another wonderful sculpture by James Wilson. Again, very fun, whimsical, rather contemporary twist on it. More photography. We kind of already looked at this wall, but here's Holly Shoemakers. She's the artist. She's also the model inside. She did all of the makeup. It's a wonderful piece. I love the emotion out of it. And her other piece here, False God. Like he's had stigmata coming out of him. And then more Marilyn Szabo. This actually has a little bits of gold tint on it when you look close. These lovely, bloody, gory things by David Whipple. And here she is eating a heart. I mean, literally, eat your heart out, baby. And then we have this other piece where this gory thing is eating up some more heart, or is she through with it by now? David Whipple. The title is there a drum roll somewhere? Where's the drum roll? Where's our sound guy? Where's the fucking sound guy? Okay, drum roll, it's untitled. Is that just anticlimactic or what? We'll build up to a climax later, I'm sure. I promise, we'll get there.